Hello.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeehaw. Hi, everyone. Howdy, hello. I'm CJ. This is my National U.S. Rowings Cup. For the
Do you
youth.
row?
You were on
No.
the what? Oh,
No.
I was gonna say what
okay. I was gonna
just
say,
my
were you a
cup.
rower?
Nope, just my cup. I
I'm
got it
fucking jacked.
from a fucking soda van.
Did you know
in,
that
like-
I got recruited by the rowing team at my university, but I said no because they practice at 4 a.m.
That's so valid.
Ah.
That's like an hour before you go to bed.
I
that
know.
'cause,
I was
like,
like, no, thank you.
They like to have real small people sit on the
At the front. Yeah, that's what they
yell
wanted.
At to yell at
That's
the rowers.
They wanted me to be
wild.
the yellow. It's because they heard me during the club's fair yelling, and they came up to me and they were like, "Hey,
That's-
so
that's
Do you have to like
That
work
is-
out for that, or like do you just kind of?
no, you just
you
sit at the
go
front.
and you
they
yell
want
at
you to be
men.
little.
It's great.
That's
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 somehow
CJ.
That would have been
Well,
the
well,
perfect job for me.
That has such a specific type of energy that we will get into later.
Yeah. Anyway, hi everyone. CJ here. Welcome to Perdition Trials of the Eight. And I'm your GM tonight, who is constantly fighting sleepy allegations. Am I winning? Am I losing? You'll never know. If you think I'm cool, hot, sexy, and fun, worry about that later, because tonight is for violence. That's all I got. Just talking about myself. I guess I'll pass it in overlay order and go to C.
Oh my god, I'm so excited because I wanted to show you my cup, which is this one. And unlike CJ, I actually am a dad. Not really, but sort of. Hi everyone. My name's C. I use they them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very gay on the internet at C Plays RPG. In a weird mood tonight, if you can't tell. Tonight I'm playing Euphoria, who is a changeling bard at level 17, which is a normal level to be at. I have access to 9th level spell slots. I'm going to make it everybody's problem. And with that, I'll pass it via overlay order to Humna.
Hello, everyone. My name is Humna, and I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer and producer. You can find me all over the socials at Lilith TTRPG, and today I will be playing Umid, who also uses any and all pronouns. And Umid is the god of hope and a halfling rogue, though that's not really that important. The point is that they are good vibes only, and that will never change. And with that, I will pass it over to Josephine.
Hello, everyone. I'm Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. I am particularly insane today. This is my friend, Evil
I hate
Grimace.
Is that Chris? Hey!
So first of all, it can't be evil. I won't get into McDonald's lore.
And if I were any of the trials, the labors of Hercules, I would actually be Hera inducing Heracles with rabies and killing his family.
For a second, I thought you were going to say inducing labor, and I was like, wow.
Inducing her Empreg in labor.
Hercules.
Hey, Austin.
Yes. Oh, that's you passing it to me. I thought you were gonna ask me about McDonald's lore.
I mean, share if you want.
There's a podcast episode about it. You can listen to that. Hi, I'm Austin. My pronouns are he, they, she. I play Mene, who is the god of the moon. I don't know what people said besides that. My pronouns are he, they, she. I said that. Nikki?
Hey, I am Nikki, and I use she, her pronouns. I am producer here at the channel that you are currently watching. And on summer break, baby. Which is great. Chaos energy tonight. I love it. I'm playing Elva, who also uses she, her pronouns. And Austin plays my wife. And she is an Earth Genasi druid.
True. If you don't know, this is our penultimate episode, and if you're like me and you learned what penultimate meant, like not that long ago, that means the one right before the last. So, if this is your first time, welcome. If it's not, thanks for being here. And if you don't come back after this, honestly, I get it.
I don't.
No, I do.
I don't either. Everyone here is hot.
That's enough of a reason that you should stay and come back for later. So I will start. Just Or
Shake
not
it off.
meltdown.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. I did.
We don't invoke Taylor Swift here.
You're so valid.
It's
Oh.
too late.
It's too late. Divisive today, aren't we? Anyway. 7 of you walk through your doors into a spacious, dark floor. The last thing that you saw was a beautiful ballroom and a vicious beast. It was chasing you. But for now, it cannot reach you. You all find yourselves in the labyrinth. There is a single individual sitting before you all, reading a book. It is a human man, kind of plain looking, I should say, maybe shaved head, and they're wearing what I can best explain as like a black gown, a cloak even. And they sit in this nice chair and they put their book down. It has a book cover. It is covered. You cannot see what they are reading. And they pick up a mask that is on a table and put it on their head. The mask has the head, the mouth. It's a Minotaur mask. I'm not going to sit here and describe a Minotaur to you. It is a Minotaur mask with a very long horns coming out of it. And right before they put it on, they say, you're here. They put the mask on. They get up, place the book, wave a hand as the chair, table, and book just kind of wipe away as if it was never here. Clears her throat. Anyway, this is the next trial. It's been a while. Hi, I'm the Minotaur. Do we have any questions before Horrors Unknown?
Is Moo here?
Yes, you walked it. You
Okay.
went through the door first, narratively,
Cool.
like before.
You seem very casual about getting ready to show us Horrors Unknown.
Yeah, I mean, well, that doesn't matter. Not a lot of people come through here. And I was reading a very good book. And from what I understand, and they kind of like tilt their head up, almost as if they're like putting the finger out to like feel the wind. We don't have a lot of time. Anyway.
Oh, I have a question. Oh, Mene
Yes.
also has a question.
Yes.
Me too.
Okay, 3 questions.
Moo also has a question.
Whoever would like to go first can speak.
I just have a follow-up to my first question. You
Okay,
said
then
not
you
many.
can go first.
You said not many groups come through here. Have there been groups besides us and our sibling deities?
Mhm.
Other deities?
Something like that.
That doesn't really answer my question, but okay. Moving
Well,
forward.
if I told you the secrets of the universe, it wouldn't be secrets of the universe, would they?
I feel like as gods, we should know the secrets of the universe.
Well, you're not gods right now, are you?
I'm
Even
good at keeping
better.
secrets.
Okay, well, find out the secrets after this, okay? Next question, then points at Moo.
No, Euphoria.
Oh, okay, Euphoria.
Oh, what book were you reading?
It's a book about transplanar, like people going to new dimensions and whatnot. Do you really
Wow,
want to
that
know?
seems really great. Do they stream it on?
Yes,
Anyway.
actually, they do stream it on Twitch Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What is Eastern Standard Time?
It is a concept that is neither here nor there to dictate time. Any
I hate that
other
models invented time.
questions? It's very weird.
I don't understand why they did that.
Moo.
Moo tucks her hair behind her ear. Are you going to possibly chase us and kill us into the labyrinth?
A version of me, yes.
That's all.
Okay. So We're good.
I have a question for Moo.
Yes.
Moo, are you flirting with this man?
I've read a good book about mer- I read a good book by Dorothy Dinnerstein from 1997 about mermaids and minotaurs, and there's something very patriarchal about minotaurs, and something also very, I mean, mermaids still also have a patriarchal based origin, but it is very much like the feminine unknown is what a mermaid is. Like, she's still human on top, and then the rest is like the vagina is fish sticks, you know.
Do you want to be a fish vagina? Is that what you're saying right now?
I could do
Well-
that for you if you want.
You know, my partner's a mermaid.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. So, anyway,
Are you polyamorous?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Moo, back on the table.
if I don't die, anyway.
Anyway,
We'll
yes.
see.
Are we good here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now that there are no more questions, I will now read to you.
I do have one more actually. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Could we get a head start maybe?
Mene starts running.
That's not how it. They always run. And if anyone else would like to run, they can. But you begin to hear. No, good.
I was just going to say, I think at this point, Umid actually realizes that they are still holding Euphoria's hand. And he looks down, and there's actually 2 new arms that have also formed underneath the original 2 arms as well that weren't there before. And Umid just quickly, I think, like retracts his hand from Euphoria, acting as if that never happened.
As you let go of Euphoria's hand, they pull it up to their chest a little bit, and from their fingertips where you had holding them, the paper of their skin starts to turn purple a little bit, like ink bleeding through watercolor paper. They look at it for a moment before bringing their hands back down as well. So is that a yes on the extra time? Or-
No, but I do respect that one's initiative.
Elva, having seen Mene just run off, kind of shakes her head and turns into a direwolf and runs after Mene. And this is the first time anyone has seen her turn into an animal ever.
Oh, I kind of thought I was the only one that could do that. You look so good, Alva!
Elva just, like, looks over her shoulder, does a wolfy wink, and keeps running.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would anyone else like to run dramatically?
I'm running last.
Okay, you don't have to run. You're gonna. Okay, well. And this individual, the Minotaur, kind of reaches into void space and pulls out like a little scroll and unrolls it, presumably to read off of whatever it is they're about to say. All right. Kind of like reaches up yet again and like flicks something, and all of you feel an earth-shattering shake of the labyrinth, almost as if it feels like an earthquake is happening. And you see they kind of stretch, and then they point to the remaining of you that can see them, and they say, 7 of you enter. And to be clear, Lysander is here, but is not saying anything, as well as Trist. 7 of you enter. 6 of you will exit. Happy choosing. And as they say that, the rumbling continues, and almost the cracks in the ground form similarly to fissures and earthquakes. And as they go past and between you all, cutting off kind of like the way that Mene and Elva were running first, kind of is the first fissure, and you see light appear, and then you don't see them. And then the fissure comes back and around to split between Euphoria and Umid, and the light comes up and you disappear. And Moo, you being the last person, sees it encircling you. until you're gone. You are split up into groups of 3. The first group is Mene. You find yourself in a very spacious part of the cavern. You look around and you notice that there is a large pane of glass, I'll just say in front of you. And across the glass is Euphoria. And as you're looking around, Euphoria, for you, there is like nothing here. I'll say for you, it kind of resembles what you would imagine kind of like a stadium. The walls of the cavern for you go all the way around to the glass and then through the glass. And you see there is a door, basically, I think we'll just say to your right, and then like another kind of grate door to your left. And for you, Mene, on the other side, you notice there is this glass, obviously. We'll say to your left, there is a box with a lever on it that has like imagine like, child's toy peg holes with little squares. And behind you, and above that is a screen. And the screen reads a bunch of information that just does not make sense to you. But there's one thing that you clock: Euphoria, kind of in the middle of it. And above Euphoria's name is like 6 boxes, each of them reading categories that you can probably presume that say strength, dexterity, constitution,
out of here.
intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And then below Euphoria's name, it says Bard, and it has a little sprite. It's like a screen very similar. Well, you weren't there, actually.
Is this a fucking video game screen? Is that what me, Austin, is seeing?
And as you look behind
fucking little
you
RPG
table
screen
is those boxes. Each of them saying something very different, from melee to magic, long range, short range, area of effect, status, and then like a number of colorful tags. And you could presume that the box on the table you can put inside the box and kind of use the lever. It's a very simple, rudimentary thing. And then you realize, Euphoria, there's a small rumbling coming from your left as a huge minotaur begins to walk out. First, it is its hand, and then another, and then a hoof comes out, and it is something like 15 feet tall, sharp horns, and this is not the instructor that you saw. And it charges you. What do you do?
Oh, okay. Oh, we're doing right now? Oh, okay. And Euphoria, I am going to start running.
Yeah.
Away towards that door.
Yeah, 100%. Easy. You run towards the door and you like realize that it is smooth and flat. There are no hooks. There are no handles. There's nothing to even push this thing upwards. And it's still coming. I'll say you have another action.
Euphoria realizes they've just pinned themselves against the door and the Minotaur. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna dimension door myself. Other side of right on the other side of that.
Lovely, beautiful. So as you cast do the spell work for dimension door, you pull on the magic that you are so used to doing, and you close your eyes and you feel it like very much begin, and then it ends. As you realize you don't have access to magic here. And as you realize, the Minotaur punches you for, let's say, 25 damage. and it kind of stands above you, breathes, kind of like waiting, expectantly looking. And then the screen appears, the secondary screen. And it says, to you, Mene, play the game or let them die. Choose who leaves. And I will send you the photo of your choices.
Hello?
You motherfucker.
You're nuts.
CJ
You're
CJ
insane.
CJ really said, you two like combat? Okay.
I mean, we did literally
This
ask
is not
for
what
this,
I meant
but
when
still.
I said combat, but
Not like
but you
this.
know what? But you know what? I'll take it.
You'll fight, all right.
Oh, you'll fight.
Oh, you also like to fight, Austin?
Have
Don't worry,
fun
you'll
playing
kind
a
of-
bard, Austin.
The fact that you have 1 HP less than me is actually unhinged.
In the Discord, I have sent the first round of choices. And this is what Mene sees on the multiple boxes on that table.
This is, a Nintendo DS.
Mhm.
Pokemon.
Your fucking Nintendo DS has
Yeah,
some
yeah,
fun.
100%.
This is a
And-
Pokemon menu
Is this
screen.
the button that I made?
It is. It is.
Yes, it
it's
is.
literally the showdown buttons. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, it is. And
You did this.
and you hear you, and then you kind of hear Euphoria, not Euphoria, you hear, you kind of like, you're rattled a little, just from a very large punch from a very big fist. And you get up and you kind of hear, you hear Mene's voice almost as if kind of like similarly to an intercom or maybe like a link connection. You both can hear each other. I say basically as the punch happened, it was kind of like the ringing of the bell, metaphorically and literally. And I think for you, Euphoria, there is kind of like a very small window that appears right in front of you that says die or fight.
Euphoria, I'm gonna get you out of there.
Mene?
Yes.
Mene, where are you? Mene, I can't do magic anymore, Mene. I think
No,
something's wrong with me.
I know
I
what
think
to
I'm
do.
breaking.
I know what to do, sweetheart. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you out of there. And Mene clicks, he touches the button that says magic.
Yeah, it's a little box. You can like you basically put it in the thing.
Oh yeah, I take the magic one and I put it in, and I said, "Try magic now."
Again? Okay. And Euphoria presses fight.
Yeah, 100%. As you press fight, you feel a little bit of magic rush to you, almost as if you can do maybe a cantrip.
I like a cantrip. This is the most fun I've ever had. Okay. I made my choice then. I'll also make yours for you, Minotaur. I think that you will die, and I'll cast Vicious Mockery.
Get
Yeah,
it.
100%. Oh god, I just need to
Wisdom
physically
19.
pick up. Yeah, easy.
Me already making a strategy based on she's
Ooh.
characters.
So a natural 20.
No.
As you, I think you notice a couple things. You do this, and the magic flows through you, and then two things happen. The first of which is your magic immediately shuts up, like you feel it shut off again, kind of as if it was like a one-use sort of thing in that moment. And as your magic flies to the Minotaur, it kind of like hits their ears, and almost you hear like they like swat it away. And you realize, yeah, go ahead.
Mene, I don't think that worked.
Uh,
I don't feel very much like myself.
no.
And I think the
okay.
paper bits are like starting to turn purple and almost like acidic, like it's crawling into some kind of scaled sludge up and down Euphoria's body as they're starting to literally disintegrate.
Yeah.
Well, you need more power, yes?
Yes, or I need to get out of here. Where are you? Why can't I see you?
Don't worry. I can see you, and that's all that matters. I will. Oh my! Go to hell. Okay. I think about Euphoria skills, and Mene grabs the box that says magic and medium, and then charm / scared. And do I like stack them? Is that what I do?
You basically just like shove them in the box and pull the lever.
I like shove them in the box, and when I go to pull the lever, I would like to pump a 4th level warlock like packed magic into it, because it seemed like Euphoria didn't have enough juice, so I like try and pour juice into her to like see if it helps.
100%. Yeah, that's gonna work. And I'll say, and here's how it works. I should have explained this to you. So what you'll do is that you'll pick from the first list, and then when it comes to Euphoria, I'll ask for a roll to see which one you get. No, you're good. Yes. So from the first one, you put magic, medium, and buff, debuff, or damage. Debuff. Euphoria. Can I get a D6 roll?
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me, just so you know. 1.
1. Yes. So as you put the magic in Euphoria, as you pull the lever and imbue your magic in Euphoria, you feel a rush into you, and you realize you've got something going. You can cast. How do you charm or scare this Minotaur?
I explode. I literally explode in like all of the like toxic sludge kind of like comes in and then it completely just explodes outward. And the form that's left is this kind of like literal shining figure that seems to be literally made of starlight. And there are these like little like angelic wings pressed over Euphoria's eyes, hiding their face. Very be not afraid moment. And I would like to use my Unbreakable Majesty. So I assume a majestic presence for up to a minute where I am not incapacitated. And any creature that tries to attack me for the first time on a turn must make a Charisma 19 saving throw. And on a fail, they cannot attack me.
Yeah, it fails. And I think as you explode, the Minotaur backs up, like continually just backs up, kind of like hesitant, confused, trying to feel you out. And narratively, this is the point where, we would roll initiative. We're not going to do that. That's a lot. However, that's the point where it's on. And then I think for both of you, there's just a thing that says begin. And for now, we'll cut, like fight begin, basically. And for now, we'll cut to our next pairing. Elva, you open your eyes, and the first thing you feel under your feet is cold metal. And you kind of look around, and maybe the first thing you see, it's like relatively dark here. And you realize you're on a platform atop a huge space. You kind of look down, and it's a little shaky. And you look down, and there's like endless void. You don't know how high up you are, and you don't know how big the fall is. And as you look around this void, you see like very far away are the walls of the cavern. So you can tell you're still in the labyrinth. But like here seems to be like something special. Almost as if where the labyrinth itself drops off into God's knows where. Attached to these metal platforms are 100 tiny ropes, threads, almost silk-like. And each of these threads is stretched very thin. And as you're kind of taking it in, you clock, there's another person here with you, Lysander. And as you kind of like take Lysander in, you feel it. One of the ropes snaps. And then another. And before you can get a word in and you hear that snapping, you feel the disc shake and rumble, and you realize, oh no, we're going to fall. And a screen appears in front of you that says to you both. Lysander seems to be kind of on the ground, not very much responsive, kind of like whispering to herself, like saying something like, I can't believe I did that. No, this is my fault. Like, no. Wallowing, to be clear. And the screens appear in front of you and it says, drop the weight or fall. Choose who remains.
So my
What do you
choice
do?
is to let Lysander fall or let myself fall.
Yeah, that seems to be like a number of the options.
Uh, Wolfie Elva rolls her eyes because she's like, I could have turned into so many other things that could fly. This is some bullshit. And knowing that my options are to like let Lysander fall and die or die myself, and knowing that if I let Lysander die, that Rhea's going to be really upset with me because they want to be the one to do it. Elva turns into a giant eagle and clicks that her platform is going to be the one to fall, and just gets mad and clicks that her platform will fall.
Yeah, so you're on the same platform, to be clear.
Okay, so then she turns into a giant eagle and then grabs Lysander with one of her talons and then clicks the letting the weight drop button or whatever, so that whatever happens, she's got Lysander and she's ready to fly.
Yeah, so it's more of like a prompt. So the platform will drop regardless.
Okay.
But as you pick Lysander up, I think there's like that realization of what's going on, and they're like, "Whoa, what?" Kind of like clocking what the hell is going on, and you both fly, and you like one flap, two flap, and you see the platform like stops from dropping, presumably because there's no weight on it, and you begin to relatively asking, where do you go? Because you notice like above you, it's a little far, but there is like a ceiling. But outside of a ceiling, you see the two walls in which all of these spindles are attached to, just go forward in an endless, like forward and backwards.
Can I see anyone else that I know besides myself and Lysander?
No, it is you, Lysander, that platform, and presumably endless space forward and backwards and below.
Okay, so then I'm gonna fly up.
Fly up, ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, and I hit the ceiling?
Yes, and you I'll just say you fly up and you realize though you might have not been able to see it, you see ceiling, and you're kind of like, okay, inside of a big box.
So the platform stopped falling as soon as I got off of it?
Yes, because no weight.
Okay.
It presumably could hold one person.
I see. I'm going to put Lysander back on the platform and then just kind of fly next to it and see what happens.
Yeah. And as you fly next to it and put Lysander down, you realize that now it's just you and Lysander inside of a very big room. But Lysander's not dropping.
She kind of just glares at Lysander the best an eagle can.
And Lysander kind of squints and is like, are you glaring at me?
She nods.
Oh. Okay. Thank you, or I'm sorry. I'm very unsure. It's not really... Actually, squawk, 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 squawk. And Lysander starts speaking to you in bird.
Okay.
I want it to be squawk, 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 and it's like, you said what?
You said what?
You
no,
bitch.
perfect animal speech. Lysander
Yeah.
switches over, and you two can communicate to each other. Thank you. I don't, outside of looking at the screen that's there, don't really know what it is we're supposed to do. I think, and kind of surveys the scene at nothing, very much nothing happening. I think one of us is supposed to die here.
She says, okay, so the thing is, if I kill you, Euphoria is going to be really upset with me. So I'd like to avoid having to do that. So we gotta figure out something else we can do.
And if you die, Mene is going to kill probably all of us.
Probably.
So I don't really know what to do here because I don't think you can fly forever. And it doesn't seem to be like we can go anywhere.
CJ, can you read me the options again?
Yeah, basically, very big box, very big room. If both of you stand on this thing, it will fall. That's most of the options. And you could fly. You could go in the void of the distance. But
What
there's
do the
like
buttons
not really.
say?
I'll say the buttons basically say like drop the weight or fall, and then like choose who remains.
I see. So either way, one of us is supposed to die.
Yes, that is what seems to be the outcome.
She kind of like cocks her head at Lysander and says, one of us has to die. So, I don't think, like, does it have to be permanently? She asks. Like, she's thinking out loud.
Yeah, and I think Lysander kind of like catches and it's like, from what I know, we can't. Well, actually, no. Did you eat the apple?
I did.
Fuck. Okay. We can't die twice.
What do you mean?
Okay. Gods are all powerful, wonderful, great, yada yada yada. Right now our bodies are mortal. And as someone that went through this trial before, I know you only get one fuck up.
Went through this trial before.
Yes. A very long time ago. Yeah, but here again. And clearly need to internalize some things that I am clearly not internalizing.
So what you're telling me is that you've already failed.
No, I passed. Like, that's how I became a god.
Then why are you here again?
Because I initiated it, remember? The whole party thing.
Wait, so you mean the four of us that were gods already, like, this is how you also became a god with the rest of us?
Yes, god of mortals. That's why my domain is, like, different, vaguely, whereas
so
most
literally
of you are primary.
Everything is your fault.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
I mean what I just said. Literally everything is your fault.
Why
you
is
climbed to
everything my fault?
godhood and then got mad at us that we didn't do a good job at our jobs. And then you brought the other four with you. That was on you. So
The other four came naturally. I came manually.
yeah,
There's a difference.
which was a choice that you made.
Because I got a prophecy. Do you want to
A prophecy? Who gave you a prophecy?
Not you. All. Don't you, big voice in the sky, things that tell you how things begin, how
No,
the
I
beginning
was
of all
mud,
things,
and then I wasn't mud anymore.
I'm starting to think that you gods aren't so godly, okay? It's been thousands of years and haven't heard the voice in a long time, but I asked the voices for guidance, and they said, drop you all and fall. Do the trial again. Start it all up. We all needed to learn something, apparently. And apparently that learning is fucking hurting people.
The eagle eyebrows kind of furrow and she's mad. And she's trying to calm herself down so she doesn't kill Lysander right now. Okay, well, if I die, my wife is going to kill you.
Well, let's make sure you don't die.
But if you die, I don't think Euphoria is gonna kill me.
Trist will kill you.
Who?
Trist, god of despair, sadness, all of the
Ella
other
truly
things.
said, I don't know her.
No, literally. And I think Lysander kind of clocked us, and it's like, oh my god. Okay.
I mean, whoever that is can certainly try, but it'd be me and Mene against them, so.
Do you just only care about yourself? Is that like the?
No.
I'm starting to see why. Okay, care about yourself. And your wife.
Obviously not. I am considering Euphoria's feelings in all of this.
Glad that you are growing through all of this.
Isn't that the point? Isn't that why you did all of this?
That's the point. I was a different person then, and now I'm every person ever. Do you want to psychoanalyze me some more? Yeah, it's not great. Being the god of mortal sucks because apparently, and by apparently I mean literally, I'm affected by everything that you do.
You chose that. You made that choice. You climbed that mountain or whatever. However,
so I don't. So
happened.
are you saying that I don't deserve to be at peace?
Yeah, you know what?
Decided
Perfect.
to be at
you do deserve to be at peace, so you get to be the one who dies. How about?
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, you do want to choose.
I have to.
Okay. All right, cool.
One way or
If
another,
we're gonna choose,
you're going to die. Either it's going to be here, or it's going to be Mene.
Oh.
Or it's going to be Euphoria, or it's going to be Moo. So, what choice do I have? And what choice do you have?
Okay, how about this? I was going to tell you, from last time that I did this, that there's always, some secret. You know what, Alva?
I tried that. Why do you think I'm a fucking eagle right now?
I was really down. I love the idea. I was about to start talking and working with you, but you want to be mean.
That is my nature.
It is my nature.
And cool. I'm fighting it.
I'm so proud of you, and I think you are doing such a good job, and I genuinely...
I'm like how many centuries older than you? Don't tell me you're proud of me. That's gross.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to do then, Lysander?
Oh my god. We could maybe, I don't know, climb the ropes?
The ropes that snapped. I'm a fucking eagle. How do I climb right now?
You could, you don't have to be an eagle, but I do kind of like not falling right now. So if you could do that until that runs out and we can think, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll stop talking so you can think.
No, and as Lysander just kind of takes 10 minutes to collect their thoughts, we will cut to the next group.
That was so incredible to witness. I am so...
It was.
So tasty.
Strife gives backstory.
I feel like I aged 30 years.
No, for real.
Putting the worst two people together, specifically their combination makes them the worst. Umid and Moo.
No.
You find yourselves in a space within the labyrinth. You open your eyes and the shaking stops. And I think, Moo, you don't wear shoes, so I think you would feel it, correct? If I'm not mistaken, you don't wear shoes. So right. You feel it. Under your feet, there is a soft lushness, kind of almost like somewhere between grass and like fabric. It's very natural. And you hear nice jazz music playing. And I think you turn around and you see a nice tray, like a long tray of food. And you see two other people outside of Umid in this space. The first of you, I think next to you, is Trist. God spare. Still partially wearing that steampunk aesthetic. I think maybe it's changed because your clothes automatically change back to what you wanted them to be. But for Trist, still kind of wearing a little bit of a blouse. Maybe that top hat that they were wearing before with the glasses on them was not for shit. Before it's something they keep on them. And then you realize, sitting in a chair way far away from you is the Minotaur reading that book. And then behind you, there are two screens. The first showing you a situation of two individuals, and as you look closer, Elva, Lysander, on a platform, seemingly arguing. You might even be able to hear it, but I think like the volume's kind of turned down, and it's being fully drowned out by. I'll say there's 3 screens because in the other one there's 2 situations. The first one is Mene, just kind of like pulling things and like putting things in a hole, almost like a kid's toy. Looks very ridiculous. And then the third thing, you're like, whoa, Euphoria is getting punched to shit by a big ass minotaur. And you look down and there's like a little tray of buttons. Each of them has the names of your fellow compatriots on them. Elva, Mene, Lysander, God, I'm missing Euphoria. I think that's all 4 that aren't here. And you see a lever, and you see and the magic like lights up in front of you, and it says, "End the trial and choose their tragedy." And that's it. And I think Trist, reading that, looks at the 2 of you, and it's like, no. Don't even think about it.
Oh, don't
What-
worry, I
what-
wasn't.
What were you assuming that we were thinking?
Don't know, just kind of putting putting that out there. Just kind of ground rules. I learned that that's good for dealing with conflict. Mortals are really good at dealing with conflict, I'm learning.
What?
What do you mean? Like,
And Moo just kind of like walks in sort of like a triangle, sort of in proximity to Umid and Trist, looking at the 2 most inactive of the gods that were born after Lysander, realizing that she's in a room with them now. And if these are all about trials, the most active person in the room, and amongst 2 other voices that inherently dissent with hers, her demeanor, it's not so soft, it's not so responsive to whatever Trist was talking about, but more, she's getting more reactive, I think, in this room. So Moo just sort of says, we just meant to sit here, and then our friends will either die naturally, or we all die here from exhaustion or something. Like, what do you mean we do nothing?
I mean,
We
isn't the point that we're all supposed to finish our own trials and learn and figure stuff out? So, I mean, really, if we ended the trials for them, wouldn't that be cheating? Wouldn't they not learn anything?
But we are in a position of power at this moment. We are being given a level of godhood over other mortals that their responsibility must be taken somehow.
Oh, no. I don't think we're in any position to determine that. I mean, the most that we can do is just make sure that people are on the right path. But they have to walk that path themselves. We can't walk it for them.
I mean, isn't that what Godhead's about? Picking things for mortals, intervention.
No.
I can't believe the 2 of you are in agreement on something. Oh my God.
I know. I think that was the first time ever.
This is the worst time for you 2 to be in agreement. Look, I'm not saying we should do the horrific thing and choose one of our acquaintances. Tragedy.
Well, and I think Umid kind of like turns, like doesn't move anywhere, but just kind of turns towards where the Minotaur is, like way down the room,
Yeah,
reading
like
the
just
book.
at a distance that you can tell is not is on purpose.
Yeah. And they're like reading their book on their chair. And Umi just kind of goes, excuse me.
They don't respond, as you just hear, like, you don't hear because it's far away, but like, they flip the page and kind of like tilt their head to the book. Mask still
And
off. Yeah, good.
Umid, I think, will try again. And if they get no response, he is going to throw one of his soul knives, like, right next to the Minotaur. And as
Yeah.
it's flying by the Minotaur's ear, that is when Umid is going to activate their psionic teleportation and is going to teleport right next to the Minotaur's ear and go, excuse me.
Don't you know proper etiquette when someone's ignoring you?
Well, don't you know that it's rude to ignore people?
Close this book. I was just getting to the good part. Yes, what would you like, dear God of hope?
And Umid's multiple ears, I think, like twitch at that. We could use some help over there, if you don't mind. Coming over.
Button's not clear. Do you like, you put
Yeah, we
name,
just
pull the lever.
wanted, throw some brainstorm with us. Come on.
Okay. Puts the book down, picks up the mask because you're asking them to work, places the mask on their head, gets up, and you blink, and you're back in front of this thing. What can I help you with?
And Umid just presents the Minotaur to Moo and to Trist.
Is the intention essentially that between our friends on these screens, if one of them, the three of us decide is to perish, then the rest of the trials will be done.
Yes,
There's only 6 may, or 7, 6?
6. 7 enter, 6 may leave. Yes, part of the trial. And then like points. Each of one of them is battling against, relative struggle. Some folk are in control. Some people have too much control. Yada yada yada. Others are in a mess. While you three, you all have to deal with choice. Making a choice, doing something, being active, being inactive, yada, yada, yada. Let your friends fall naturally, or make a choice, do something about it.
And it's the reason that it is 7 in because of Mar falling.
No, that just happens to be 7 of you. There's 7 of you here.
What of Mar?
Mar's not in trials.
Because he has a god killer?
Something like that. Those that do not enter the trials simply are not in the trials. You have to choose to be involved. The whole book thing, walking on the path, eating the apple. The very journey of finding the apple is investing yourself within the trial, and even then, you didn't have to start.
We didn't have to start.
You want to be gods, am I right? And as he says that, I think he turns and looks at Trist. Well, you are doing the trials to get the choice to be gods again. Am I right? Yes.
Yes, I mean, it was stolen from us, taken away from us by Lysander. For, their own reasons.
Yes, something like that. So yes, this is your trial. Welcome to the break room.
If we count you, aren't there 8?
Me? You want to kill me?
I didn't say that. Oh, I didn't
No,
say that.
no,
I
I'm not
simply
judging
mean
you.
that there's 8
No,
of
I
us.
understand. Yes, no, I am unkillable in the forms in which you inhabit, and if you'd like to try, we can get down, scrap about it. You won't win. And that's not me being arrogant. I'm sincerely, like, statistical analysis. Actually, you see, like, the Minotaur like pulls out a clipboard, and you see in 1,000 calculations you lose every single time, considering you have nowhere near the amount of divinity that I have. Then puts the clipboard away.
That is not 0.
No, it is. It pulls it back out. No, it is 0. Like 1,000 times you have not won. I ran the calculations, not won once.
Numbers go past 1,000. Did you know?
Yeah, but 1,000 is a good statistical analysis. It means like you get enough trials and variations. I can do 1,000,000. Pulls out like a thicker clipboard with more paper and just like starts flipping it like a flip book. Yep, now
That's just unreasonable.
Oh, well, actually, you got 1.
1 in a million. That's pretty
So
good.
it's
Yes,
not 0.
Yeah, that was when I choked to death when I was eating from the table, defending against you.
Would you
I'm
like
not
to have a
hungry.
sandwich?
I'm not gonna. Puts the clipboard away.
A sandwich with just whole cherry tomatoes in it?
I'm not fighting you all. Keep doing your trial. I'm gonna go keep reading the book. Just got to the part where they fight a Tarask.
Would you like to have a snack with that book?
No, I see what you're doing, and I respect that. Yeah, you're doing good. You're better than you started.
I am not going to argue about what is fair and what is not. Yes, we all want to be gods. Yes, we all, besides Mar, signed up to be here. But in the event there is a loophole or something that we are meant to find, if we are able to find, then we're going to.
Okay, good luck. I'm gonna go keep reading. Have fun.
I think the loophole's
You're
doing nothing.
so annoying.
Why am I annoying? I'm literally minding my business.
Can you read your book in like invisibly?
Sure. And they just walk away.
No, moo, moo. And Umid is like tugging at whatever cloth of yours is like most accessible to her. Moo, I think the loophole is doing nothing. Because they presented a choice in front of us. And so the real choice is not making a choice.
Trist is pinching their temples.
It's the morality of it all, right? I mean, what kind of gods would we be if we chose
What does morality
arbitrarily?
have to do with gods? Sincerely,
Gods
I
are
want you to
supposed to
tell
be
me that.
just.
Are we? Are we always just? Is it
Well,
just?
I don't know about you, but
Umid, you are, and I cannot describe to you, the most uninvolved god of us all. That is why Lysander struck you down first. I heard. And while I can't say that it was a good decision, I will say, honestly, I get it. Is it morally good and just? And I'm using these terms loosely and heavily because we're barely mortals, somewhere in between. Is it morally unjust to do nothing if people are suffering? Because if all of the heroes that we crown and create are just because they chose to do something, wouldn't it mean it is morally incorrect for you to have done nothing for almost all of your entirety being a god? And believe me, I'm not trying to shame you. I have my fair share of inactivity. I, for fuck's sake, I don't even want to be a god.
then why are you here? You could choose to not be, like Mar said. If you're talking about making choices, why aren't you making yours?
We both know why Mar's not here. And it's not because they just didn't choose it.
That's fine. But you could.
Yeah.
So
I
why are
could.
you here?
Because I want to try and be something different, even if it is being a different mortal. I don't just want to leave a space, a vacancy, where I at least didn't try, where I at least didn't face the awful feeling of despair. Because there's beauty in despair.
Moo slams a fist into the table and breaks something. Silverware shatters. And yet, your first thing that you said when we all entered into this room is to not think about it, not do anything, just as well as Umid said.
That is not what I said. I brought up the option because, as much as I don't want to agree, the choice in front of us is to kill the people that we love, to put the choice in our hands. And I don't know about you, Moo, but that doesn't sound satisfying. That doesn't sound great to me. That doesn't sound good on my soul.
This is the first time Moo is really processing, or like not so much processing that in general this concept, but that the morality of all of us as gods are different. Like we all have like different reasons that we do things. Like Moo doesn't think, I'll say this as like perhaps the character, we are not meant to solely be just or moral, whatever our different meanings mean of that. We are chaotic forces meant to be worshipped in tandem, in moderation. The two of you have ruined countless lives, and as have I, as has Elva. Love has destroyed many people before. The moon is not always brightly lit in the night. The sea takes people every day, every second. And whoever else I'm missing. Humans kill each other. The one thing that we have not thought about, and it is becoming more and more appealing, which is scary to even me. The three of us are also part of the seven. One of us in this room could also die.
So we kill each other.
Well, I will. And I think Umid kind of like steps back a couple steps. I don't think that that is something that I feel comfortable participating in. And quite frankly, I don't think you two should either. After all, the choice presented in front of us is, and Umid gestures to the panels, choosing their fates.
Well, I'm not doing that. And to be fair, I feel a lot more comfortable fighting you two than I do killing them.
Minotaur!
No good. Yeah. I think like Triss is stepping back, but like the Minotaur, who I think is actually in vicinity this time, maybe picking up an apple. Very nice apple. I'll say green, perfectly green. Yes.
Did you say we are meant to specifically choose the fates of the people on the screens, or keep to your word, which is at the very beginning, say that only 6 of us will leave, but not under whichever circumstances, not specific circumstances?
I said, God, I had it. The board says, and then it comes up again to all 3 of you, end the trial and choose their tragedy.
Their tragedy also includes us. The tragedy in this room.
No,
Minotaur
no,
says
I'm
nothing.
not tragedy. I'm hope. I'm inspiration. I'm
Let the Minotaur answer first. Is that a possibility?
suppose. Yes, me, the Minotaur, said 6 of you will leave. Does not matter who. Frankly, I don't care. But as you can see, you all can, and point like gesturing to the screen, do nothing. Because one of you will fall. And a part of me thinks it's going to be that group over there, that duo, pointing at Elva and Lysander. Or you guys can fight. That would make me stop reading my book.
Would you be an arbiter for some reason?
I'm literally running the trial.
But you are not going to stop if
No.
one person were to attempt to kill one of the people in here.
And there's a cocking of their head and a like stone face, something that changes from what is usually that boredness, like exacerbated, like customer service. That would be 6 remaining, would it not?
So no rules about killing each other.
Choose their tragedy, dear god of fate.
Stay night.
Can I do an insight check on Moo?
I guess if Moo would
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm assuming so.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm asking Joe. God damn it. Okay. 26. I rolled a 2 on the die, by the way.
God
so
That's
damn it.
disgusting. You are.
I'm sorry,
gross.
what?
Reliable talent.
I'm gonna. I don't know what I want to roll exactly, but I'll
Yeah.
do.
I'm assuming you're not lying.
I'm not lying.
You
I
could do
guess
like,
just, like-
a wisdom save or.
Oh yeah, I'll
I-
do a wisdom save. It's gonna be a 3.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
So Moo is either gonna kill you or Trist, or is going to make you or Trist kill her. And she's thinking about what to do first. And there's definitely the way that she's like breaking like the back of a chair right now, just like sort of holding onto it. She is attempting to figure out how she can provoke the both of you.
Does she
Yeah.
seem like she's leaning in any particular way right now? Either.
You.
Yeah. And I think unless like you're gonna say something to me, like unless you're gonna do something in response. I think Trist caught wind of this very quickly. As I think out of the corner of your eye, Umid, you noticed that like Trist was drawing something in the dirt. And then
There's dirt
like,
in here?
they're like, yeah, because it's like labyrinth. There's
Oh,
a rug beneath
okay,
your
got it.
feet. Trist has
Got
moved
it.
out of the rug zone, which is the comfort. And like has like a stick and is drawing something, but it's very quick, like fluid motion. And you see they clap their hands, and I think that's what catches your attention, Moo. And they put both palms on the ground, and energy starts to swirl, and a vibration starts happening that you just kind of like, oh no. And a huge, and I mean huge, as in like 15 feet tall cannon appears.
Full Metal Alchemist.
And you see Trist put the goggles on. Bang. And there is a blast of force coming out. And I need you two to roll both initiative and a constitution save.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Before we cut, and actually hold on, because we'll cut after that. I'll tell you the damage. If you get below, I'll just say if you get below a 19, you are going to take 35 force damage.
Pussy shit.
Wonderful. As we cut to let's say we're just gonna cut back to Mene and Euphoria. Euphoria, I'll just say, like, for fun and flavor, like, you are like you're still pretty dexy. Like, it can't stop you from, like, it can't stop this can't take away your ability to not get hit. And the Minotaur is just kind of swinging at you, and you kind of like move, and you kind of realize you like maybe try to cast a spell again, not working. What do you say to Mene?
Mene, I'm starting to get a little tired here.
Yes. I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work, so let me do this for you first. I'm gonna do magic long damage.
Yeah, and you pull the lever. Euphoria,
Yes.
roll me a D8.
Ooh, a D8. This is the most fun I've ever had in my life. 5.
5. Fire and long. What spell do you use?
Fire at long?
Long range fire.
Long range fire?
I'll say you don't like anything like all of your spells are on the table.
Beautiful. Let's see here.
Just
Fire
make
at
it
long.
fire damage. Make any spell fire damage.
Yeah, literally, you can also do that.
Ooh, that's delicious. I think Euphoria is like just disintegrates you. Euphoria is bobbing and weaving, and there is so much trust in the way that they move. Mene, like if you're like being their eyes or their ears, telling them to step left or right, back or forward, they listen to you without hesitation. They trust you implicitly. And as they feel the magic come in, it almost looks like there's a sun behind their head, a halo, and I want to do a classic sexy little hellish rebuke.
Ooh.
So that'll be a dex 19. Let's play at 7th level there.
Let's go.
Tasty. Yeah, I'll say I'm not even gonna they fail.
Okay. You'll take ooh, God, the dice roller on D&D Beyond always scares the crap out of me. They'll
Makes
take
a
like
lot of
a
noise.
handsome the sound, I know, I always forget. But they'll take a handsome 52 points of fire damage.
I say, as you just like point, like reject this creature, flame begins to engulf them, because I think naturally they had gotten over. You had a lot of time, I'll say, between them being afraid of you and we're at the point that we are at now. Them coming at you, you burn them, and they like just like having a goddamn meltdown because they're on fire. Kind of like they stop, drop, and roll, and I'll say you have time to recenter yourself.
And I think Euphoria takes a few steps back and then starts heading toward that mirror wall where they can only assume that Mene's on the other side of it at this point, I think.
Okay, so Euphoria, I have an idea. I see you coming towards the wall. I'm gonna need you to take us 2 steps back, okay?
Okay.
I can see through this, correct?
Yes.
And I see that it is like it's on the other side of this wall. It is not like it's not like a projection. It's okay. I'd like to be in there. I tap on the glass a few times. Does it feel like extremely solid?
Yeah, like thick. You look through it, and it's like it seems like normal pane of glass, like like very thin, like a window. But as you tap on it, like you hear that reverberation go deep, almost like you tap and you're like, is an inch? No, like 5, like a foot. Very, very thick.
I grab all the boxes in one hand, and I say, I guess it sounds like you're working anything I say, so not really to you, for you, but to the room. I don't know what game you're playing at, whoever put us here, but my sibling will not be fighting alone, and I am not standing in a fucking room to watch them die. And I run at the glass, and just as about to hit it, I will Misty Step.
Yeah. And you do it, and as you Misty Step out of existence, you find yourself in a room kind of like all white, very distant void, kind of a waiting room, and you see wearing a blue mask this time, reading a newspaper that says Strixhaven University, is the Minotaur. Yes. Are you
I'm
trying to get in?
going.
This
Yes.
Minotaur is a graduate of IP, the IP of this.
Closes the newspaper. Okay. Bibbity bobbity boop. And like snaps the finger, and you pop back into existence on the other side of the wall. Looking at, you see the Minotaur like rolling around, and you see it's like out of flame. It seems to be covering itself. And you see the Minotaur reach its hand into the ground and pulls up a big axe. And then you look around and you don't see Euphoria.
Euphoria,
As-
are you in a room full of boxes?
And much like as you asked that question, Euphoria, you blink and you see what I described earlier. A lot of small boxes with things like damage, long, medium range on it. Really only, not really, like you see a small choice of magic, but you can tell that like this fits, but it wouldn't be a lot. You could presumably put 2 in at the same time. But basically you have like a lot of melee options at your hand and a lot of damage.
Mene, is this a bad time to tell you that I forgot to learn how to read while I was being immortal?
Yes.
I think this one looks like the biggest, though. And Euphoria grabs melee, short, damage. Do you still have your sword?
I hold my hand out to summon my sword.
You summon it as you could for a minute, as you pull the lever, like Mene, you're like, where's my weapon, and kind of like you hear like almost like a slot machine ring, and you, in your mind, you hear active, and you pull your sword out.
I pull my sword, and I think when I do, this like white flame dances across my body, and my old armor reinvigorates itself. But I think the thing that's different is it's still that like luminescent white moonstone, but now on the breastplate there's a sun emblazoned. And my shield, instead of being like a flat moon, now is also a sun. And I say to Euphoria, good job, sweetie. Whatever boxes you just use, always use those boxes, okay?
Okay. I love you, Mene.
I
You
love
look
you
beautiful.
too. Thank you. I'm gonna kill this Minotaur for us now, okay? Then we're gonna go home.
Can we do it together?
I think this is how we have to do it together. I need you to pick those boxes, okay? Don't you
Okay,
worry.
do you trust me?
Of course.
Okay. I love you again. And they just start dumping. They just are they're just dumping stuff in there.
You roll me a D8.
A D8, yeah.
So funny.
5.
You're like force
5.
feeding Mene just like all
Very
of the things.
similarly. You feel like a lot of magic rush through you, and all like a slot machine, it falls on fire. And your blade ignites.
Good.
Much like a
good.
smite.
Yes, good. I have a very unhinged question.
Yeah.
Can I... Well, no, I'm not unhinged. Can I put my curse on this thing?
Hell yeah, you can put your curse on this thing.
I look at this thing, this twisted version of the Arbiter we met, and I say, I don't know if you can hear me, and I'm sure you're just doing your job, but I have to let you know, as someone who recently got feedback, that I'm going to be giving you a poor review at the end of this. And I Hexblade's curse it,
100%.
and then run up to beat the shit out of this thing.
Yeah, just roll them down. Roll that attack, baby. And what's your armor class?
My armor class right now is 20.
Yeah,
I rolled a
nice.
natural 20.
Nice. Double that damage.
I will double that beautiful bean footage. You said I can put a smite into this?
Yeah, automatically already on the weapon.
Automatically already on the weapon, I automatically get one at my level, and I'm going to put. Well, how many? Let me see what I can do here. I haven't been able to hit anything this whole game, everyone. I've been combat
So sorry.
constipated.
I'm
No,
so
it's
sorry you've
really
been
okay.
combat constipated.
Is this an undead or a fiend?
No, it is a big ass monstrosity.
Okay. I can do up to 5d8, and it's 2 for everyone past
Arranged.
1.
Pour
So we'll just do
that
we'll do a
damage in.
4th level smite. Why not?
Mhm.
Which gets me up to 1, 2. Don't worry, everybody. I can.
Let me know if you miss any attacks.
Yeah, I will. You get me up to 8. So I'm gonna roll all of these.
Hell yeah. You're gonna say a big number. I already know it.
Yes, I'm going to say a very big number.
Oh god.
I'm not done yet. 26. I cursed it.
This is deranged.
32. Do I do anything else? 32. And I double it?
Yes. Just double the fucking total that you already make.
64.
Wow. How many attacks can you do? 2?
That was my first one.
Yeah, I realize. Roll that other attack.
That's a 19, which crits because they're hex cursed.
Demented. Yeah, just roll again.
I don't think I can smite a second time. I think it's once per turn.
I don't think that's true. You can't spell smite more than once, but you can do as many smites on your weapon as you want.
Oh, okay.
From what I know. And if that's not the case,
yeah, you're in charge. You're in charge,
yeah,
boss.
fuck it.
If
Who
it's not the
cares?
case, then Wizards of the Coast will be here to sue you in 22
I hope
minutes
they're
exactly.
hunting me like it hunts you all.
So 1d8 for spell slot.
I want
Spell slot.
I don't know any people at Wizards names. I was gonna say one of those old guys. Old guy
What's
number
spell slot?
5 breathing down my
Gary
neck
Gygax.
like a Gary Gygax. Gary Gygax's ghost himself hunting me and says,
I'll hunt
"You're
him.
Black, you can't play this game."
I'll get him first. He won't get to you.
I'll smite Gary Gygax.
16, 19,
No, my god, the numbers you're saying are wild. Welcome to level
21,
17 combat.
28, 25 plus. Oh no, I didn't add that yet.
Oh my god. You said 60 something the first one. And you got a second smite or a second crit. What's that number? You kill this thing, by the way. I just want to know what the numbers are.
Oh god, so 2 things. One, I forgot my sword does 2d10 radiant damage.
You're wild for that. just add it on top like a little sprinkling.
So 11, 43 doubled is 86.
86 plus 60 something is like a stupid amount of damage. A ridiculous amount of damage. Yeah, describe to me how you murder the Minotaur's avatar.
I think how it looks is this thing is like running to gore me.
Yes.
And I slide under it and just slash its like thigh like deep enough where it like drops to a knee.
Mhm.
And I do the go behind and back of head out through mouth sort of thing. And I think it seems very anticlimactic. And then I whisper to this thing again, I hope you can hear me. Burn. And this radiant fire emulates this avatar. There's not something left. It emulates completely.
100%. And as it drops, just dies into ash. I think there's a big sign that says level complete. And then a face comes up on a screen, and it's the Minotaur, the same blue mass one. Still reading that newspaper. Good job. It's kind of mean of you to give me a bad review. I work really hard. And I think we should.
Do you?
Yeah, I think people should be allowed to be lazy at their jobs.
Yes, you understand you are telling us to throw ourselves into certain death, and it seems very blasé for you, because it's your job, but it feels very cold to us, which don't want any of our siblings to die.
I see. Oh, I understand. Thank you for that feedback. I will be listening, I will be learning, and I will change.
Jesus Christ.
You have done well. You have done well, Godling. Congratulations on not dying. I care about emotions very much.
Can I
Anyway.
please see Euphoria now?
Yeah, sure. And you hear a lever get pulled and a door opens, and the two of you can like talk and embrace for a little bit.
Yeah, Euphoria comes running out, literally a being made entirely of light and a handful of feathers, and they just like jump into your arms and hold you really, really tight.
Are you hurt? Did it hurt you? Are you okay?
I got punched in the face.
Let me, oh my goodness, sweetie. To the ball of light, and I will lay on hand you the 25 you got punched in the face.
Euphoria just kind of keeps hugging you. And I think after like a moment, they just kind of go, I'm glad I didn't lose you too.
I told you I'm not going anywhere. Now let's, you and me, go sit down and figure out how to find everybody else.
Thank you, Mene.
Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
I love you again.
Yeah, okay. Oh, very cute. As the two of you, like, reconvene, you notice that the screen is still up. Kind of like in the distance, you see Blue Minotaur kind of reading that paper, and you hear a door open, and you hear the voice of, I'll just call them Red Minotaur, the Red Minotaur, and be like, how they doing? And then like Blue Minotaur responds, yeah, they're doing fine. They just killed the Minotaur. What should I do? I don't know. So they beat level 1. You want to like crank it up? Yeah, they gave me feedback that I really am listening about, and I really want to like be more compassionate, Oh, I respect that. I will not be. The three of them are like fighting about something. I think they're getting into a fight, like to looks, and you hear like a cannon explosion, like in the distance, in the background of the screen that like you can only see like the Blue talking to Red. Yeah, all right. Actually, I read this in the book. Let's use that. All right. You hear like them writing something. Hands it over to the Blue Minotaur. Yeah, all right. Walks over to a thing. And then you hear him walk over to the screen. Round 2. Begin. And the screen closes, and you hear rumbling. And coming from the sky, you see a horn first. It is orange and pointed, and then a mouth the size of a goddamn planet. A Tarask. And that is where we will take our break.
Hello?
Power of Grimace compels you.
Anyway,
The
this has
power
been
of
part 1
Grimace.
of
Hello?
a penultimate episode.
This is somehow
Uh,
C's fault.
2 people are going to fight a Tarask when we get back, probably. And you'll see the mess ensues. But for now, don't change the channel because this is the best one. And we'll be back in like 10 or 15. Bye. Hi, gamers, strangers, and rangers. I'm swallowing rice. I hope you're excited to be back. And we are going to get to the duo that is struggling with the consequences of their actions constantly. Elva and Lysander. God, I think last time, I think it's been about an hour since the two of you stopped talking. Because Lord knows Lysander doesn't necessarily want to speak.
If it's a full hour though, like she's gonna not be able to stay in her wild shape that long. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly. Let me double check.
I think it's 2 hours. I think you have if not longer, because
Oh
you're
wait, no, I
higher
have 8
level.
hours now because of the level we are. So never mind. She's
Yeah,
fine.
so it's been about an hour. And I think finally Lysander, who has been pinching their temple the entire time trying to collect their thoughts, just okay. I have concluded that we're kind of fucked. However, actually, I don't have a however. We're kind of in a big cavern looking down an inescapable deepness.
And your haircut is stupid. Are we going to just say things that we can see happening?
Triss likes my haircut. You don't have to be like
I
this.
don't know who that is.
How do you not know? Do you know what other gods are here? Not like currently. Like, do you remember? Like, if
Yeah, my wife's here. There's
Okay.
Euphoria. Moo's somewhere. Umith is somewhere.
That's 4. There's 8 of us, 9 including myself.
My
and 2
brother's
of them,
not here because he's a baby.
Yeah.
And a god killer now.
Yeah. I saw.
And then there's like.
And Soul is, from my understanding,
Gone.
not on this mortal.
Right.
So that's 4 plus 2.
And you.
6,
I
7.
know you're here.
You're missing like 2.
Okay.
Did you include yourself?
Oh yeah, so there's me.
8. So there's 1 left.
It's.
Come on, despair.
Oh, I was gonna say like creativity, but sure.
No, despair.
Oh,
I like to think that Triss is very creative. They do a lot of art, slam poetry, as they like to call it.
Ugh, okay.
Over the couple of years, we've gone to a couple of fests. It's been very nice. I've learned a lot about, I guess, myself, but also like mortals, but also myself. Anyway, that's Trist. Now that we're past that.
Okay.
I think if we wait long enough, something will happen. Might not be good, but something will happen. That usually tends to go. You plateau, and the magic people say no plateauing.
No, we can't be waiting. We can't be waiting again.
Okay, why not?
Because my brother waited and became a fucking god killer, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah, but he waited for like a couple hundred years. We're like waiting a couple hours or something.
You want us to wait a couple hours?
Maybe. I mean, there's other people doing the trials, so like they might lose or win and find a way out of it, and then we don't have to do anything,
Can I see any the other folks like in their trials or no?
I'll say right now you can't, but
okay,
if you'd like to.
Can I try to?
Yeah.
What do I need to roll?
I'll say roll Arcana or Persuasion.
Persuasion. They're both the same. It doesn't matter. I got an 8.
That's fine. What'd you get?
I got a 8.
8. I think almost the opposite effect happens as a magic screen replaces the one that tells you like drop the weight or fall, choose your remains, with the red Minotaur. That's not no, like trying to like talk like immediately talking to Lysander. You know, doing nothing is like fully against your and points like direct like finger coming out of the screen directly against the thing that got you here. You have to know that, right?
But also, like, wasn't that the reason that we were in trouble? Like, weren't you mad at us, Lysander, for doing nothing?
Yes. Well, yes and no. There was a lot of different problems. Some of you were doing nothing, Umid, and myself, because I listened to Umid. And some of you, and then he looks right at you, were doing a little bit too much. And point, I think Lysander pulls out a clipboard. Maybe not a clip, maybe like a piece of paper that they had. And some of you, and like reads it off, were doing, and I do not exaggerate, 60% more volcanic eruptions than they should have. You know, really disrupting the fucking balance. I keep track of the numbers, you know. I'm not just some guy and some mortal. I do pay attention. I didn't drop us all because I was just mad. Most of the shit that you all were doing was fully fucking up the balance of our worlds. So you're not going to sit here and act like you were perfect or doing nothing wrong. And I know you're about to respond and say, "Oh, I know what I was doing." But a lot of the stuff that you did had actual consequences of your actions, and I understand that so did mine. But here we are. So stop acting like this as if I'm the only person doing wrong.
I didn't. I fully am aware.
Mm-hmm. Then why do you keep being mean to me? Because you don't have to like me, but you don't have to be an asshole.
Because you are the reason we are in this mess. That is why.
Oh, my funny.
And I can't kill you, so I'm choosing to be mean to you instead.
Okay, tell me. Did I cause the problem of the God Killer, Alva? No.
No, but neither did I. That was a choice that he made.
Oh my god. I saw what happened, Alva. You can sit here.
You saw him lay there
say,
for 50 years. What did I do when I landed? I got up and started walking and found my people. It is not my fault that Mar could not do that for himself. I did not make him that way.
All you want. You can say that all you want. And to a degree, I agree with you. The truth of the matter is, the reason that we are each in our trials, the things that we have to overcome, is our own personal trials. And one of yours, I can definitively say, is that you're an asshole. And the fact that you just want to sit here and say, "Oh, Mar did this," I'm glad you've come to a realization. I've come to my own realizations, Alva. But I'm sure one of the final things that you need to realize is that you're being a fucking dick. And the reality is that you left your brother. I watched you let him fall, and you're not going to sit here and act like that's not real trauma that he doesn't get to hold on to. So fucking cool it, okay? Because I'm not just some idiot. I'm not just the person that put us down here. I did the action, but there were real reasons. So if you want to work together and maybe be cordial, which is all I'm asking for, we can do that.
Fine.
And I think the Minotaur who was sitting there watching this whole thing is just like eating popcorn. Yeah. Anyway, I'm assuming you guys wanted to like see what was going on with the other people.
As unhelpful as that would be, yes, please.
Cool. And like the screen turns off for the Minotaur, and the screen comes up, and you see a very large creature coming down in the sky, like stomping on Mene and Euphoria.
Oh, ooh, okay. So, we gotta figure out how to get out of here so we could like help them.
Yeah, like fucking Lysander's attention is fully on here, but Lysander's looking at the other screen in which the three of Umid, Mu, and Trist are all like fighting each other to the fucking death.
Elva goes, "Oh, that's Trist. Okay, I know who you're talking about now."
Yes, that's Trist, the dark-haired one. And then I think the screens just kind of move out, maybe like one to attach a wall and the other attaches to the other. Okay. What if we're supposed to fall?
I mean,
Like again, like metaphor, like literally and
like the
metaphor.
two of us fall because we can't make a choice on who should die. And then someone's like, oh, good, you sacrificed yourself, so now we're going to save you. Like that?
Kind of, I guess. I think more like choosing to fall, because because the thing is, and I think the thing comes back as you like Lysander like kind of reaches for it. It says choose who remains, not specifically. We have to be one of us, right?
I
We
guess.
both could fall. I mean, I don't. They said once. I mean, like, hey, I mean, if we fall, like the first person that dies, trial ends.
So, okay. I think I see what you're saying. Um, well, I have no better ideas. I
That's
already
fair.
tried. This was my better idea. She points like gestures to her eagle body.
Yeah. Uh, just attach yourself to me, and I guess I'll hit the ground first. And you see Lysander kind of like kneeling down on the platform, and he pulls out a knife, and he cuts a rope, and it like it shakes a little bit, and you hear, and he cuts another one, and he cuts another, and he just keeps doing this. I'm gonna. You're both right. I can't internalize what I learned. I can't just do nothing again. And cuts another one, and cuts another one. One of us is going to make it out, and it can at least be you or something. I don't know, but we could let's.
You know, I apologized to Mar, right?
I assume so, and like he still cuts. Maybe rude, mean, uh, kind of judgmental, but I assume you'd do the right thing eventually. You know, cuts like keeps cutting a rope.
I met like the most terrible man I've ever met in my life. Ugh.
Yeah, mortals can be, and I think he stops. Real shitty,
Yeah.
and kind of like gestures to themselves. I know. I hold on to the multitudes of them.
Doesn't that get exhausting?
Yes, actually, very exhausting. It's why, when it's why I listened to Umid all that long ago. It was actually kind of nice to not always be carrying the weight of everything and everyone, everything at once.
That makes sense.
Cuts another one, but I know that I can't always do nothing. But maybe I shouldn't always also be taking everything on.
Have you considered like not becoming a god again?
And he cuts another one, and she stops. Yeah, yeah, I have. Me and Trist are that's kind of what we're grappling with now. What about you?
No, 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 no. I have
No.
to. I have to get back where I was so that I can help Mar.
I mean, do you? I'm not saying like that's a bad idea, but I mean like if I you were right. You are right to a degree. Yes, I know I said the thing, but like Mar is his own person, and I think even he knows that. I mean, that's kind of, what these trials are about. Even if he were to do the trial, he would have to do it alone.
I don't think that he can.
Why not?
Because if he was strong enough to do the trials alone, he would have chosen to get up.
And there's a pause, kind of like doing this math.
Lysander, I wouldn't have been strong enough to do this on my own. I got up because of my wife.
So you're saying he didn't have anyone? Well, I saw he didn't have. He thought he didn't have anyone, but it sounds like he, to a degree, still has you. You're still rooting for him.
Yes, I want to punish him for killing Saul, but I don't want him to fall to this monster.
Got it. Okay. And I think like Lysander, she like stops cutting for a bit and kind of like turns to you or looks up at you. Look, the trials are not impossible. They never are meant to be. Sometimes they are cruel, much like gestures vaguely at the ground. But they show us the things that we need. And even if he isn't in them explicitly, I think right now he's in a trial of his own. And maybe that kills him. But I think you get to ask yourself the question too, what do you want to do for yourself? Like, I'm figuring out if I want to go back to godhood. I made the trek when I was immortal before, and gods, no one knows divinity like, well, the divine. But I think you and Mene and all of us, just like I'm wondering, can easily make the choice not to go back, and you might be better for it, and you might be worse for it, and fucking. Do you know how gods are made?
No, actually, I was mud and then I wasn't mud anymore.
They are beings of belief. They are made just as much as mortals are. The ever-present question of what came first, the gods or the mortals, the belief or the devout or divinity. It doesn't really take into consideration if they were made at the same time. No one ever asked that question. And as someone who became a god, saw the beginning, saw the end, saw everything in between ever so briefly, I asked how we came to be, how you all came to be. And apparently, when the first mortals breathed life, when they took their first breath, so did the gods. That was what I learned after I finished the trial. You get to like ask a question or whatever, get something done. Mine was to understand all things. I was a fucking huge nerd back then. Not that different from now, but long story medium, you don't have to do anything. That's kind of the power of being mortal, and you're mortal right now, Joyce. So don't. There are other people there for Mar, and I know even if I don't become a god, if I can find him, I'll help him.
Thank you, Lysander. I'll consider all of that. I can't guarantee what's going to happen to you after the rest talk to you, though. So, I think
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Made my bed. I'm gonna lie in it.
I
And
can
I
at
think
least ask Mene not to kill you, but
that's really nice.
Yeah, I'll try.
I think, in a way, not dictated by Umid's teachings, I think everything will be fine. To some degree, we're all kind of related or something. I don't know. Divinity's weird, but
I'd rather not consider that I'm related to my wife. That's weird.
no, not you two. Like it's all different. But you like on a vibes way, like camaraderie. That's the word. Like
I
God
see.
to a god, bird to a feather. Nobody knows divinity like the divine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like maybe you didn't notice, but like there's like a few strings left, and I think Lysander pulls them on both fingers, like both hands. Let's pray. And pulls the ropes, and you both fall. And you fall for a very long time, almost endlessly. I think there is like a clenching of Lysander's body for a long while until like after legitimately 5 minutes. I think they stop and kind of like survey that you both are falling through an infinite dark void, not hitting a bottom. Okay, and the wind is like whistling in your ears. What do we do now?
I don't know. She's gonna come out of eagle form because she's kind of tired of flapping her wings.
No, 100%. Yeah.
I don't know what we're supposed to do now. We're both falling. What? Okay. So we are put in this position. Why do you think we're here? So we have the three up there that are fighting.
Uh-huh.
Why are the three of them fighting?
If I had to guess, and Lysander literally like takes a microsecond to think. It would have to be because remember the trial said one of us has to leave, or like one of us had like
Yeah,
six,
but why,
seven
but
exit,
why are
six.
those three together?
Oh, because they if I had to, God, flashback to the nerd days. Everyone, I'm assuming everyone is together for a reason. Similar subjects. Umid, worst person fucking alive. Person that does nothing. Trist, best person alive, but also kind of does nothing sometimes. They have a lazy streak, and I respect that. I think it's cute. And Moo, stuck in the middle.
Moo didn't choose to do nothing. Why is Moo... What did Moo do?
Don't you know? Moo hates those two.
Well, I mean...
And you hate
I
me.
said I would be nice, so I'm not going to say anything else.
No,
okay.
no, that's kind of like legitimately. That's the
So-
point. You don't like me. I very much didn't like you most of 5 minutes ago. We're
Okay,
together.
but why are Mene and Euphoria together?
Honestly, I don't know. Probably they're the coolest.
I mean, they are the coolest.
Yeah, right.
Over involved?
And under involved.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that explains those two. So then
Yeah.
you and I are here because I'm an asshole and you're a big baby.
I think it's because we need to face the consequences of our actions.
I see.
Something like that.
Well, then my brother would be here, and he's not. And I feel like that's the big one that
Well,
I'm supposed to confront.
got to be in the trial, But I guess in a way, we are both responsible for Mar.
True. So what if we agreed to leave here and find him?
Yeah. Kind of
Assuming I
the
can keep
unknown?
everyone else from killing you.
Yeah, I think, I honestly, I have faith that if you're in the corner, I'm good because you're scary. And I think everyone recognizes that.
That's true. I am pretty scary. Okay.
So, and I think like Lysander like places a hand out, kind of dive headfirst into the unknown.
Absolutely. Let's do this.
And you both, I think they're like kind of like how skydivers like tilt downwards. I think Lysander goes first, and you kind of taking up their lead, dive into the void, and then you see something. you see a prick, a pinprick of light that gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you're out of the void. And we'll come back to you. Umid, Moo, and Trist. I think Umid had the highest roll.
No.
No, it wasn't Moo, because I thought I saw Moo got a 27 or something. And you got you had a 29, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Moo had a higher initiative than me. I had a 7 for initiative.
Then Moo. Tell me what's going on.
Do I have to? What's the consequences of the con save?
Oh, no content. I don't. Oh, wait. I think
I-
I know.
I-
You're
did
right.
do
Yeah,
I
I
get
said
half?
it earlier. I said it earlier. It was half. Yes, you got half.
What is it?
And you, I think, got 35, right?
I did
Yeah,
take
so
35.
whatever
I'm
the fuck,
also
30, half of
at
35.
35.
That's wild. You should have. You didn't heal, did you? You're
No,
right. You
did
would've
not
healed.
heal
You're
from
right.
last time.
You're right. There was no healing. That sucks for you so bad. Okay. Why were you...
What hit points
No.
would I be at? Fathom.
Let me
What
think.
does-
No, because when did you guys didn't fight it again? You went into the ball, and the ball you should have been able to technically. You had rest. You could have rested in the ball, so you should be at full health.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so y'all are good. Because the ball
Cool,
was
cool,
like
cool.
narratively, you had time between ending the whatever trial and starting the ball. You're good. But yes, so 35 for you, minus max health minus 35. Moo, fucking 17. I think that's half.
17.
I think that's half. I know my partner's gonna correct me in the fucking chat. So
No,
I'm
it's
ignoring that.
17.
Yeah,
Because you-
let's go, baby.
Because you round
Mathing.
down.
I said 17 first. I'm smarter than you.
I
It's
disagree.
true.
Anyway,
No,
what
I
do you
agree
do
with
to combat your allies and enemies?
I just fully tank the cannon, first of all. And I just sort of say, so now you want to do something?
Yeah, and I think there is a pulling of a ripcord. Suck on this as God, what is Trist
Suck on this.
throws something at you, and maybe you catch it, or it's in front of you, and it is like a spherical orb with a burning wick. And I need you to make me a dex save.
It's my initiative order, bitch.
Yeah, I know.
I get advantage on dex saves against effects that I can see. That's gonna be only an 11, however.
Woof. You are going to take. Let me just roll a bunch of dice in my hand, and then you can retaliate
Cool.
any way that you wish.
Do I have 3 attacks yet?
Probably. You're level 17. Do barbarians get 3 attacks?
I guess
Technically,
not.
only fighters.
They don't. They only ever get 2.
Yeah, only
you
fighters
are
get more than 2.
You are going to take 60 fire damage.
60 fire. Okay.
As you get fucking blowed up.
I'm still over 100 HP, so that's fine.
Yeah, I figure. That's why she threw it at you. Anyway, kick some ass.
I am going to rage. I'm going to reckless attack, and I'm going to my hands like immediately shoot up
Yeah.
into claws, and I first and foremost want to focus on destroying the cannon. It's made out of
That's
rock,
a good idea. Basically, it's made out of
or
hardened
just like
mud.
magic.
Yeah, like magic and mud.
Cool. We're gonna make 2 attacks.
100%.
Oh God, Jesus.
Oh god, Jesus. DC low or AC low because the fucking huge cannon.
It's a fucking chunking thing.
It's a chunk cannon. A decent amount of health, not a high AC. So if you roll above like
23 and a
that
21
hits.
to hit.
Yeah, those hit. Those hit the big mud cannon. You go to attack it, and Trish is like, no, stop, leave that alone.
Why would I do that? All right, let's see.
Umid, what are you thinking about doing? Yeah.
I'm
Is
just
you-
watching.
No, go ahead. No, you're good. You're saying exactly what I want.
Yeah. Umid takes, I think, the brunt force of this cannon attack, not expecting it, and so she is not able to react in any way, I don't think, because sure, we've been talking about fighting, but I think they were distracted by Moo, who was gunning for them at one point, it seemed. And when the two of them start fighting, when Trist and Moo start going at each other, I think Umid, not getting in between them or anything like that, but just from where they are, he just kind of says, everyone, I don't think that we need to fight, okay? I really don't think that this is going to be productive or conducive to...
Can Trist also make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, God. How dare you ask the artificer to make a wisdom saving throw? You know how fucked up that is? What they need to be?
19.
I can't. Yeah, level 17. Yeah, they make it.
Damn. Okay. The cannon is going to take 27 bludgeoning, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you like you slice a good bit of it, and maybe like the foot of it gets cut off. So like it tilts it's like tilted to the side. And Triss can't aim it anymore. Stop fucking with my cannon.
I want to also put something into clarification, because with reckless attack, all attacks against me also have advantage, and I have advantage on it. But because the cannon is fucked, does it have disadvantage on firing? Or
Yeah, I'll
whatever?
say aiming at you, it would be really fucking hard.
So, do our advantage disadvantage cancel out here?
If she uses the cannon, yes.
Okay, great. Those were my 2 attacks, and then I did Infectious Fury. And because of my level also, I don't have to worry about getting out of my rage after a minute.
Hell yeah. Love that for you. And you attacked, so you're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
God, I wish I was a fighter.
I love that for you. You know, Jane, wishing. Anyway, but Umid,
that's all.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying. Umid was talking. That's why I'm just going back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
No, in like a yell, in like the way Umid does of like we shouldn't fight. You fighting while Umid is yelling we shouldn't fight is exactly the correct energy.
Yeah.
I think Umid, you're like this isn't productive. And then the cannon gets slanted. And then Triss is just like, do you not get tired of doing that?
Of what?
Of like doing nothing, because I got tired of doing nothing, running away from destiny and all that jazz.
You're nothing. Not to be mean or anything, Triss, but your nothing and my nothing are different. You're sad while you do nothing, and I'm happy.
No, to be
I'm
clear.
hopeful.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go later. Go ahead. Just puts the goggles on. No, I actually was fake happy. Sung by a little band I love.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, she's gonna point a gun at you and take a shot.
Wait, is it Trist's turn or is it my turn? Whose turn is
it? It's definitely your turn. Just know that she's pointing the gun at you.
Okay, because I would like to do something before she shoots. Then, if it's my turn
I'll
first.
say you see with your high passive pulling out a gun.
Okay. Yeah, my passive perception is fucking 31. You can't do shit. Umid, I think, sees this and says, "Fine. You don't want me to do nothing? Then have at it." And I'm going to activate Psychic Veil. And what you see is a glimmer of almost like a mirage and a glitter cannon have merged into one. And you see this mirage start to ripple over Umid's form. And from head to toe, glitter starts to form. And then for a moment you see nothing, and then all of the glitter falls to the ground, and Umid is mechanically, magically invisible, including anything I'm wearing or carrying. And with that, Umid is going to, because the gun is still technically pointed at me. I haven't moved
Yeah,
yet.
like pulls it out. You go invisible, pulls it out. And she's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
And I am going to hopefully, very quietly, I think make my way over towards Moo, wherever Moo is standing
yeah,
in this
roll a
battlefield,
stealth
trying to
check.
get like behind Moo.
Because you can do that as a bonus action. Roll a stealth check for fun and for profit.
How is 16?
What's your passive move?
7, and I rolled a natural 1 on a potential
You're
active
wild for
perception.
that. You're wild for that.
No,
Yeah.
actually, I rolled a natural 1, so that makes it a -2.
Yeah, so I think here's what happens. The footsteps that you leave, like, it's not a great hide, to be clear. Moo's just not perceptive.
You just gotta you trip a little bit. And
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
trip a
like,
little bit. I think a
I
little
trip
bit
on
glitter.
Moo and somehow she
Yeah.
doesn't notice.
Well, I'll say because the reason why Moo doesn't notice is you hear "gotcha" and fucking Triss starts shooting at you. What's your armor class?
so Triss is shooting me.
Yeah.
16.
What's your AC? Okay.
Yeah, these are hitting. Yeah, just like fucking right into the like one in the shoulder, one maybe in like the chest. You're going to take
This is me or Umid? Or
you,
both of us?
you Umid,
Okay.
or not Umid, sorry, Moo, correctly. You're going to
Mumid.
take 55 force damage.
Okay, that hurts a lot.
Yeah, Triss likes to use the big gun. And I think you see Triss kind of like using, I don't know, we'll say a bonus action to like place the hands on the cannon to try and like fix it. And that's gonna like end her turn. Umid, as you're kind of like, being perceptive, hiding behind Moo, who just got fucking shot. Yeah, what's up?
Important is I also got blind sight through the past blind sense through the past level up. So if you're about to tell me something I see, just keep in mind I can I am aware of anything that's hidden or invisible within 10 feet.
Wonderful. That is so great for you. Because what you notice through having blind sight is you hear like the apple drop from the table. And I don't know, because it's blind sight and treating it like Tav style, you can feel like it's the one that got bitten out of. And the Minotaur is not here. We'll cut back. No, yeah. You do whatever you want. I was just gonna say we'll cut back to Moo's turn since Moo's first.
Yeah. Just quickly, can I, when I sense that, can I just do a quick scan around the room?
100% you can do a quick scan.
Okay, how's the 26?
Yeah, 26. You fully understand. They're not here, but like in a way that feels weird and wrong. Like the apple dropped on the ground, almost as if they vanished out of thin air. And maybe they dipped on purpose. They technically are a trial runner here. But it is a little weird.
They did say they were going to arbitrate or fight, so this is not good.
Yeah.
Cool. Moo's turn.
Moo's turn.
Okay. 2 attacks again to destroy the cannon and also give me another wisdom saving throw of 19.
100%. Damn, that's low. I'm just gonna say that's a failure.
Cool. How is 25 and 28?
If it's above a 15, you're hitting the cannon.
Incredible. Great. Oh god. Okay. Math time. Oh god. 17 plus 10, 27 plus 8, 34 points of bludgeoning and psychic.
Yeah. How do you make the
all at
cannon
once.
not usable? Because Triss was trying to fix it, but you pulled it up and said, absolutely the fuck not.
I think just with my claw, my hand almost seemingly gets larger than it's like an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Like a hand reaching from under your bed, like in a nightmare. and I just like slam it against the ground, and I, through like a frightening haze, just like glare at Trist and just insert, even though I might not know what it is specifically, I insert like fear and nightmares into her brain, which is that infectious fury.
Yeah, 100%. And this goes over Trist, and she just like shakes her head. She's like, "Ugh, you're so fucking frustrating, Moo. Do you even feel fear? Because you keep infecting everyone else with it."
A third of my hit points are gone because of you.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make it more. And I think she again pulling out that gun, but it's Umid's turn.
Umid
that's all I can
in their head. What's a hit point?
Yeah,
Oh,
literally.
Umid, I think, will whisper to Moo through their heads using their connection. I'm using psychic whispers in order to create a telepathic connection between myself and Moo. And I'm literally standing right behind you, but through our telepathic connection, Umid is going to say, "Stop fighting Trist. The Minotaur is gone." And you can respond back. This is like an unlimited two-way street.
Cool. Moo, I guess within the amount of time that we're able to talk in
Yeah,
this
it's nebulous.
space, Moo does stop and looks around to, like, they're just like no Minotaur, just straight up.
Yeah, no, like even like in a way in which like is weird because this is where they were hanging out. And they said they would arbitrate.
Right.
No
Okay.
Minotaur.
And like just before Triss like
Yeah,
begins to
100%.
like cock her
She
gun
can even
again.
take a shot and you can like move like
Yeah, I just like whatever. With my big claw, just sort of say, "The Minotaur is gone."
okay, and pulling out a second gun. She
Is
does
that
stop though. She like
Is that not troubling to you?
no, they give the energy of someone that really doesn't want to do their job. It would not be surprising if they left.
I forgot I had this voice. For now, just wait.
You turn on the voice and she lowers the gun. Yeah, okay. So are we not gonna fight? Like,
And I think Umid lowers the
yeah, it's like, where's
glamour
Umid?
and like appears right behind Moo. For now, let's just end the trial, okay?
So you want to kill someone?
I'm sure there's another way to end the trial, right? I'm sure we could figure it
yeah.
out if we believe enough.
I mean this with so much sincerity. Do you really think inactivity for the three of us, at least the two of us, you and me, is the way to get out of the trial in which we overcome our problems?
I don't
think-
know.
She points another gun at Moo. I mean, I'm taking action.
I was just gonna say Moo was gonna go out of rage, but perhaps not.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Moo's hands are still up just between her and Trist. Umid, are we assuming, or is your assumption that something is going wrong afoot, something wrong is happening regarding our administrators?
Something's not right. Yes.
Feels strange, Trist. We were supposed to be judged or something.
Mm-hmm.
How can they know if we're improving, solving our problems if they're not even here?
I sincerely am listening. I would like to raise the point of how would the Minotaur know about the other people? There are other groups.
There are other visages it takes.
Umid points to the computer screen.
Yeah.
And we can
Triss
see them.
looks and studies like when you look over and you see like clearly they're fighting a fucking Taras still. It's a mess.
When did that get there?
Yeah, but then you look at like Elva and Lysander, and you see them like you see it goes dark, 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 and then into white. And I think the screen turns off, which is like very weird. And I think that also alerts Trist, and she's like, okay, yeah, it's getting weird.
Is it over?
Well, if it was
Did-
over, wouldn't we not be here? And I think at that
Right.
point, Trist puts her guns away.
Moo is going to go over to the screen where Euphoria and Mene are. It's the only screen that we can see at this
Yeah,
point.
100%.
And just sort of looking at the screen, watching them fight. Moo's going to try something.
Yeah.
Euphoria is not going to make it.
What are you talking about?
Perhaps if Mene had Elva or something, they could fight this thing as mortals, but Euphoria is a merrymaker.
Moo, what are you suggesting?
Moo turns around. Her deception isn't fantastic. I'm suggesting we don't know what's happened to Elva or Lysander. Between the three of us here, if inaction is going to be the thing that we might argue here for the next other hundreds of years, then we must do something.
And we will figure out that something.
I'm the one who spent that hundreds of years with Euphoria. You fell first.
Are you saying we should kill Euphoria?
They can't do anything.
Yeah, and I think, and I want, and I'm gonna like cut really quick. I want you.
This is such a
Euphoria and
drag.
Mene-
I don't mean it. I
Euphoria
don't
and
mean it.
Mene to just paint me a word picture of how you're fighting this how you're fighting this Tarask, and how it's going fucking terribly. Because you may be level 17, but it's two of you versus big creature.
Early on, I use magic to shield Euphoria. I put Shield of Faith and Warding Bond on Euphoria. So every time Euphoria does get hit, I also get hit, even if I'm really good at not getting hit. And I think that is the biggest thing, because even with that, that's just a +3 overall to your AC. And I can defensive fighting give a disadvantage, but it's still a Tarask hitting what, AC 15 or something?
My AC is a 12 naturally,
Plus the
so with
3.
the +3 it'd be a
Yeah.
15.
And like, D&D combat, it's short, but like, to be clear, this trial is not going to end with just you fighting this Tarask. It's fucking playing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen, no, the answer is no, but have you ever seen a star get picked up like a little fairy and then like thrown around the room like a child's toy? That's what's happening to Euphoria right now. They're like a cat toy getting batted around the room.
Yeah.
And they are just like not fast enough. They are bleeding magic out of them, glitching into different forms, and like
every once in a while I kite it for a bit to like focus fire me, and that goes okay.
Yeah.
And then Euphoria's like, I'll shoot it, and then there remembers Euphoria's there, and the spell just bounces off of it, and it's like, oh right, the star.
Yeah, and it's like purposefully trying to squash Euphoria like a bug, because you go for the weakest creature there. And I think there's a moment at which that horrifies Triss to Mead and Moo. The thing like bats Euphoria, and I think like Mene runs over like maybe to help, and this thing digs its heels. And I don't think any of you are monsterologists, but like there's a moment where you're like, wait, what is it doing? And very reminiscent of the blast that fucked up Umid from Triss. I think Triss is the first one to catch it. Oh, no. As sucking in a lot of air and magic, like a dragon's breath, a force. Trask has a breath weapon. And then we cut back to you three. And I think like it's very quick. I think like for fun and for luck, like it blasts it, but it overcorrects and it goes right over Mene and Euphoria's head, and there is a gaping hole. And I think the two of you realize, oh, we were never getting out. Because as it blasts through the labyrinth, you see nothing but void. The door was just hope. Something to pray on.
I think the last thing that they see before they go back to their conversation is Mene looking down at Euphoria. I don't know if they can hear, but I'm like, I know how to get you out. Don't worry. I have a plan. And Mene actively running towards this thing's like gaping maw.
Yeah, it is breathing in with another breath. And
Clearly going to jump in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, go ahead.
This is that moment where they both are jumping in front of the bullet as fast as they can, right? I also have a breath weapon. Did you know that, CJ? Because I took a fancy little spell called, what is that? Let me look.
Dragon's breath.
Sorry. Not Dragon's Breath, Draconic Transformation.
Wow.
So Euphoria turns into a fucking dragon, and like as they're transforming, like they're racing into the Trask's mouth.
Yeah, and there's just this moment where like you hit it and like shoots upward again, and it is just, and like the fight escalates. They have time, but clearly not a lot of it. As we come back to like Moo, Trist, and Umid.
Do you know what the two of you are to me?
What?
Umid, you are the door to nothing. Trist, you are the void beyond that nothing. I can't say what I am in this labyrinth, in this world, but action, protecting ourselves, the survival to stay alive, is part of me. But it is also the instinct to protect others by making sacrifices.
Moo.
What?
Don't move. Don't move.
I think.
I start backing up to the screen closer.
Yeah, there is a button. It is bright and beautiful in every color that you can imagine. And it says Euphoria. Do you click
No.
it?
I don't click it quite yet. Come over here and stop me, Umid. Trist, go sit, eat a sandwich or something.
I think like there are tears in Triss's face, and maybe you weren't looking, but Triss has both of her guns out. Lysander would kill me if I let you do this.
Trist, sit down.
I could kill
Because
her.
Moo, sit down.
I could take Umid. I
None of us.
could end Moo right now.
Sit down.
And do
Trist.
what? Nothing?
I'm going to make sure that Moo is not going to do this, right? Moo,
I'm
we
not
are
a
not
fool.
going.
She wants us to take action, Umid.
Sit down, Tris.
I'll take the action. I'll end this. Are you gonna stop
And
me?
CJ,
anything? No, go.
what can I sacrifice to incapacitate Trist right now?
You can take the shots.
I'll
Just
take the
pure
shots.
damage. Yeah. How do you reach Trist?
What is Trist afraid of?
Ooh,
Like the biggest, most fear.
I think Trist is fear, and you can probably sense this. You're high now. Trist's biggest fear is it wasn't always this. Trish's biggest fear is regression. You can tell that Triss has changed. You can tell that Triss has become something more. The one thing that Triss wants above all else is to be something worth despair, is to be something worth weeping over.
Okay.
Because she wasn't.
As I take these shots, Moo, almost in a retaliatory bullet, but instead of a bullet, it's again this visage of this like gradually growing clawed hand that goes through and into Trist's brain, and I take Trist through thousands of lives of children who are like naturally regressed just because of their age, or into adulthood regression through means of like going back to those habits. Adults who didn't love their family or their families never loved them. Moments where there's a call on the phone and someone is speaking into the receiver and only getting back to voicemail from like a parent or something, and it's the child, this person, this adult is like drunk and saying, if I needed your help, would you just be there for me? I don't need you to get me out of jail or anything like that. Could you just talk to me after that? And for 10 more years, that parent will never speak to that child ever again.
Yeah.
I take Trist through thousands of lives like this. Someone dying of a car accident, and then someone, for some reason, you feeling guilty that that person got more love in their death than they ever would in their life.
And Trist drops like a sack of potatoes, crying. And I think the last words that she says to you, I would have done something. But I hope he does.
How much HP did I take?
You are at basically, I'll say you're basically at, how much health did you have?
I have 77 right now.
Yeah, Triss was not fucking around, just like another 50, basically.
Okay, cool.
Triss wanted to take you down before you reached her, but could not.
I have something if I do hit 0, basically. So
yeah,
I'd be secured at the very least. Moo is at 27 out of 209.
Yeah. And you incapacitate Trist, and it is just Umid and Moo. And a button.
Umid hasn't moved a single inch, but they are looking at you with this steely-eyed resolve. Not a single inch, Moo.
Moo spits out blood, teeth, gum tissue.
If I am the false door that leads to nothing, and she is the void beyond that door, then you are the reason to go into that void.
Then I am knowledge. I'm something. And I'm going to do something now. And then I reach over to push the button.
And as Moo reaches over to push the button, I think in that split second before Moo's hand touches the button, Umid's face cracks. And I think she feels for the first time something other than this forced happiness. And they feel fear. And they almost feel sadness as well at the prospect of losing Euphoria. And it's like an instinct. it's like a time capsule buried deep within a part of themselves that they had promised that they would never open ever again, that has suddenly unearthed years and years and years, even centuries later. And Umaid is going to throw a psychic blade at your hand to pin it up against this panel. And if you want, I can roll the attack for that.
No, I'm
No.
I'm letting that happen for sure.
And as that happens, Umaid is going to also use it after it is pinned to teleport over to you as you are pinned up against this panel. And I think there is this shaky breath in Umaid's chest as they realize that they have done something. They've intervened. They promised that they would never, ever intervene. And it surprises her. It shocks her. She's... I can't let you do this.
No. Two things. First is, I think you click the button. You did it. You felt it, the indentation. And then you saw everything. You saw the truth behind this trial. You saw what was meant to happen. You knew clicking the button never would have changed any of the fates of your friends, because it wasn't about actually choosing them. It wasn't about death or life or some grand thing. It was about change. And you see the moments in which you were born, the first noise that you made, the first creature that you maybe imitated, the first fear that you tasted. You see all of it. And you see the beginning. It is bright and beautiful and tragic and scary. And she's warm. And you see the end, which is dark and cold and beautiful and kind. And kind. I said kind twice. And he is kind. The beginning and the end say thank you. As you realize that this is your end. Because the moment that you click that button sealed your fate. The moment Umaid jumped to save you sealed your fate. Because you're dying. And Umaid, I was going to tell you, you noticed it first because there was a breath, there was a quickness in which you didn't notice it because you were so absorbed into doing something else. Mu has been stabbed in the heart.
And I think realizing this, Umaid looks at Mu in the eyes, and for the first time in their entire existence, Umaid cries.
Tears won't save you. Go ahead.
I have had love taken from me once before. I can't allow it to happen again. And I would like to use Rend Mind, which allows me, when I've successfully attacked somebody with my psychic blades, technically you would have to do a whiz save for this, but it stuns you, and the way that I would like to flavor it is that the essence of Mu, as she is dying here underneath me, underneath my blade, I would like to quite literally consume every part of her as it siphons out.
You two drop. And you see it. As Mu is stabbed through the heart, Mu, your body begins to discorporeate like flecks of dust. That's seen very much as if your body begins to crack and literally crumble because gods can't die twice.
And I think as it's happening, Rage, obviously her usual form that she chose for herself, maybe even now as she's attempting to compensate for her body disappearing at like the same height now as Umid, and she can't move her body or her hands. She's bleeding from her heart and anywhere else. Crying. I never wanted to hate you. I wanted all of us to do something good, and this is what it must be. So take me, take my heart, whatever else is left. And you need to become something new.
I don't know what to be anymore. What am I with you?
Hope and fear. Just as fear and euphoria are morbidity, I think you can be courage.
And I think Mead's tears, as they fall, they turn into specks of light, and they land on Moo's body that is disappearing underneath them. And I think every drop that touches Moo burns away a little bit more of her body and allows it to siphon into Umid. Courage. Doing something. Hoping for a good outcome, even when we don't know that it will be there. Even when we are afraid that it will not.
Goodbye.
And hello. As Moo and Umid come together and form one being. And Umid transforms from being the god of hope, and Moo dies as being the god of fear, and the two become the god of courage.
There's a clapping, like an audience watching a beautiful show. As you hear footsteps. What pierced Moo's heart was an icicle from a distance. But it's not who you'd think it is. Well, you see a leg, like a humanoid leg, walking forward. And you're like, oh no, not. It's not Mar. After consuming the Minotaur, after consuming a piece of the beginning and the end, it has achieved its final form. With a humanoid body and a tail made of ice, the thing that stabbed Moo's heart. In a nicely pressed suit, gray, not too dark, not too light, and hair slicked back, and a silver tongue. It walks before you. And it says, "What a beautiful tragedy." And like a slot machine, very similarly, you see something appear in that same way that the trials were to communicate to you, and you begin to see everything discorporeate around you. Euphoria and Mene, before you're battling this Tarask, and then it disappears, almost poofing into dust, and you two kind of look at each other like, what is going on? And you feel that rumbling, that glitching. Gone. You two find yourselves like in a new space, and in distance you see what is it? You see basically an unconscious, what is her name? Trist. Thank you. You see an unconscious Trist, and you see fading out of existence like dust in the wind, maybe like moves clothes, and like a new shining bright Umid looking up at this creature. I think you immediately know who it is, because it is everything, a part of all of you. And I think the thing that the four of you, I should say, well, three of you, see is the last aspect, is the message that the trial sends you. Because Elva, you find yourself standing in front of two beings. One that feels like everything, the beginning of a wonderful journey, the beginning of love at first sight, the beginning of a relationship. You taste it in your mouth. You remember that moment at which you first met Mene. You remember what it means to start something all over again. And to their right is the end of all things, the end of, well, a story, the end of a relationship, even though you know that another one might start again. It is that feeling you felt when you first thought you lost Mar. The beginning and the end look at you, and a single tear drops down their eyes, and they say to you, Alva and Lysander, and everyone around, the final trial has begun. Destroy it. And that's where we end it.
You're an unhinged, absolute mad lad.
Thank you all for coming. To those that stayed, I am CJ, have been CJ, the GM, and love the table, love the energy, love when my players eat each other. If you think I'm cool, hot, sexy, fun, funky, and fresh, I don't know, follow me on Twitter or something, or go follow my TikTok. I post TikToks now. I don't have much to say. That was a lot. Like that last 15 minutes, whoo, so much. I am gonna pass it again in fucking overlay order to C.
Hello, everyone. My name's C. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at C Plays RPG. You can find me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. US Eastern Time on Transplanar RPG, being your producer and your Artemis. Surprise, but nobody's really that surprised, are they? No. Hereby, what's it called? Loved by Minotaurs across multiverses, Transplanar RPG. Check it out. Otherwise, I'm just moved and a little gay and very sweaty, so I'll pass it over to Humna.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Humna. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer and producer. You can find me all over the social medias at Lilith TTRPG, and today I was Umid, who ate another god to protect another god who they are in love with. So that's fun. And yeah, if you like what I do, you can find me on Twitter. Is probably the best place to know where I am at any given point in time. And on Tuesday, we will be returning with season 2 of Itaewon by Night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on Bad House RPG. Joe is our GM. Joe is amazing. You should come watch. It is a very, very fun show. And we're gonna go to Seoul Fashion Week next episode. So if you like that, you should come check it out. And with that, I will pass it over to Josephine.
Hey everybody, I'm Josephine. I'm at your dog friend. If you didn't put it together already, this is my last episode, unfortunately, of Perdition. We got some producer stuff going over at Bad House RPG. New shows coming up very soon. I do Bad House RPG stuff and Nameless Domain stuff. New stuff coming around at every corner. I do Monster Truckers Anonymous with my friend Cleric_34. We just had Amihan, the Rose Clerics episode, come out about monsters from your queer reawakening. Spoiler, Amihan chose Megamind. So if you want to hear about that.
Really? Oh my god!
Yeah.
I
Are
was
we
not expecting.
classifying? Are we
That's-
classifying Megamind as a
It's
monster?
Megamind. Yeah, that is a
I
question.
mean, have you
He's-
seen Megamind's head?
But he's a
Let's do the
Alien.
show and
Don't
find
be
out,
rude.
baby.
It looks like an alien.
The two things, Alien and voice acted by Will Ferrell. So I think those are two.
No, that's a
qualifiers.
monster. Yeah.
That's
What?
valid.
I need to listen. I
Uh,
have.
The alien? No, the
is there-
alien thing is so real though.
Is there a debate episode ever? Because if so, I would like.
Austin, you're next.
Oh, I'm next for this. I
It
thought,
happened again.
I thought-
That's what we call a callback.
I thought you meant for your show. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I want to be on it. Hi, I'm Austin. My pronouns are he, they, she. I was playing Mene, whose pronouns are she, they. Me, Austin, is an award-winning game writer, designer, performer, and friend. You can find me on most places on the internet as host, that Sailor, SAT Austin. I do stuff. I'm in this. You'll see me here next week. I'm in stuff that I can't talk about because they will send Apache helicopters to my house and take me away with a black bag over my head. So I can say it's really funny that you consume. I realize it's because Joe can't be here, but narratively, me and Euphoria have been like, oh, don't worry, we can both bring someone back from the dead. If one of us dies, it's not a big deal. We've played chess. Me and C were like, chess, not checkers. We know how
So
to
we
beat
both
this
had
trial.
Revivify, right? So we got this. We could just
Yeah, we were like,
know?
it literally doesn't matter. Chess, not checkers. Anyway, that's me. Austin, chess, not checkers. I don't know how to play chess. Sailor Scout. It's Nikki's turn now.
All right. Hey, I am Nikki. I'm the producer here at TATRPG, which is the channel that you are currently watching. If you want to follow me, I'm on socials at Halfling Nikki. And on Monday nights, I am currently on Critical Misses at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, doing Time and Time Again. It's awesome. I'm having a great time. There's shenanigans, but I play a bimbo, so I don't have to be smart about the situation. And what else? Oh, and then I have this show, and that's basically all I am doing. Keep an eye out because the last weekend of July is Fae Fair, so we will be raising funds for Trans Lifeline this year. Last year we raised a bunch of funds for Glisten. We are bringing back Leo season, our All Leos Good Society game with almost the same cast, and we're really excited, so tune in for that as well. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We will see you on the internet. Muted.